Okay, guys, sorry about that. I think it's working now, right? Check. Can you hear me? I checked the. You guys can hear me now? Yeah, testing, testing. Yep, I can see it. It's green. Testing. Good morning, guys. You guys all left or what? You guys can hear me? Sorry for the mic difficulties. Now you can hear me. Gary Lewis, hey, thank you for joining. All right, good. I think yeah, it's a little stupid. I think the volume was all the way down. I think. That's stupid. I'm so dumb. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Thank you for joining me. Sorry, I started at 10. My last video, I had some mic problems. I think it was the volume right here. I didn't see it. I think I need some glasses. Hello from North Carolina, Gary. Hey, welcome. What time is it there? Plus 3, so 10, 11, 12, 1. 1 p.m. there, yeah? Leonard Rodriguez, good morning, Angel. Good morning, Leonard. Not Leonard, sorry, man. Leonardo, I didn't see that. Oh, too much echo. Okay. All right, is that good? David Fernandez, too much echo. Good now? Put it in the middle. 11:21 over there. So, 1 hour ahead. Jonathan, Colin, hello from Orlando, Florida. Okay, we're gonna start in 5 minutes. Just waiting for other people to join back in since my mic had a problem. Actually, I had a problem. I didn't know what to do. I'm freaking stupid. I could fix a car, but I can't fix a mic, right? Or like do the settings. David Hernandez, no more echo. Okay, good. So glad to see you're back. Leonardo Rodriguez, glad to be back. I'm just gonna do this like every Sunday, hopefully. Right now, guys, I'm doing editing a video, so hopefully I could get it done in a couple days. Last week was kind of crazy. I had to bring my wife to the urgent care twice, so everything is okay. We just had to see a specialist. We'll see. Northern Exposure, hello from North Dakota. What's up? Brian Hua. I hope I said that right. Greetings from North Korea. Annyeonghaseyo. Hi, Angel. Yes, sir. Jose Gomez. Lawrence, greetings from Honduras. Welcome, welcome, guys. Okay, it's 22 people watching. And I'm just gonna start off with thank you for joining with me. I'm Angel, and this is Fix It Angel. How's everybody doing? I hope my mic is working good. All right, let's talk about the stickers. I didn't send out the stickers yet because I was too busy last week. I'll make sure I send it out tomorrow. All right, sorry, I've just been too busy with family. And then I was working on a video. That's one of the reasons. So we'll start. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll start with. I think I said we are gonna talk about diagnosis, car diagnosis. What I do when I was a used car tech, when they traded in their own personal cars and auction cars. What we do is we actually test drive it first. But before that, of course, we try to start it up and then see inside if the glove boxes, it's not broken, or anything that cosmetic. We just write it down, like if something is peeling, or any cloth on the seat is torn. We just note that down. We note those things down, and then after that, what I do is turn on the car, uh, and then turn on the wipers, see if it's working, windshield wiper, and then if it sprays good, uh, see if any or feel any vibration on the steering wheel. If there's any vibration, more likely it could be worn motor mounts. What else do I do? Test the windows up and down like a couple of times. Uh, the lights, the dome lights, the vanity lights. See if it's working. Uh, See if there's any change in there. If there's any change, I put in my pocket. Really, that's for because they trade in the car already, and the auction cars. I'm like, hey man, I gotta buy some drinks, so that's what I do, honestly. And after that, I just go on the road, test drive it for like 10, 15 minutes, test for if it's driving straight, alignment. We just hold it centered, and then see if it pulls to the left or pulls to the right. More likely, it could be you know low tire pressure or worn tire, or just the alignment is off. Maybe they hit a curb. Uh, Sometimes I'll go on a side street and then just park it, and then just look at the tires and see if it is worn. Look at the lights, the tail lights, the headlights. Get back on the road and then try to drive really fast and then brake. This is on the side street, like industrial area in Warm Springs, and what was it, 90 Warm Springs, and where Toyota is, any Toyota. That's what I do. What else do I need to do? Test the suspension, going left and right, go on speed bumps. I'll go to like Walmart in that area because they have speed bumps, and see if there's any noise. That's what I would do, and then bring it back to the dealership, raise it up, look for any leaks. That's the most important. You gotta look for leaks. There's leaks. I note that down. Look at the tires if it has any nails or screws, right? Any nails or screws. We have to also, most important, look at the brakes. If it's worn, then we have to replace it. If it's like half worn, we'll still replace it, like 50%. Okay. And then, okay, guys, whoever's joining, I'm just talking about when I was a used car tech at any Toyota and what we do as used car techs. What else do I check for? I think that's the three or four things that we usually we have to replace is the tires if the tires are worn, and if it is different tires, like for example, the front is like Yokohama and the rear is like Goodyear, we have to change all the tires. All right, and that takes 2 hours. Believe it, you could do it in like replace those tires in 30 minutes with balancing. Echoes. Okay, let me check. Okay, is there any echo now? Hi, echo. Testing. Is this good now? All right. Thank you, George Toma, Mustache Mike. Thank you for joining. DJM93, Normal Echo. Cool. Okay, guys. Thank you for telling me. Just going off on when I was a used car tech. So after that, we write it all down, and like for example, it needs tires, brakes, and the lights. That's most important too. Like headlights. If the headlights are worn, we write that down, and we go and tell the used car manager, and if he approves it, then that's money right there. We just keep on doing that on each car. Once I change the tires, brakes, and anything else like wipers. Oh yeah, windshield wipers inserts. We replace that, and usually I'll make 2, 4, let's say 6 hours on one car, and I'll finish it in like 2 hours. So that's money in the bank right there. And after that, the next car. So that's the life of a used car tech right there in at the dealership. We just keep on replacing tires, brakes, wiper inserts, lights. I mean, if it had like you know, the radio was broken or the CD, we had to send that out because we don't specialize on that. Or if there's a recall on something, we send it out to the dealership of let's say Ford or Subaru or Honda. We don't handle that, and we sublet it. Okay, we'll just go back to the comments. Let's see, great show, keep going. JC Cranks, someone from Middle East sounds good. Sorry, I can't read that. Um, Roger Yanis, what's up, brother? Blessings from Los Angeles, California. What's up? Scat Cat, Omaha, Nebraska here. Faisal, yes. Uh, Scat Cat, Omaha has only cow poop and corn and hogs and chickens. Right on, man. I really want to start a farm over here. Really. I got land in California. We'll see what happens. Nestor Lamas, greetings from Mexico. Okay, back to um the cars, the used cars. And then sometimes I'll have like a check engine light, and I'll check with our if it's a Toyota, we have a Scanto Tech Stream. I'll put that on, and if there's like a misfire, we'll check if how many misfires on each cylinder, and then look at the miles and suggest for replace spark plugs, replace the spark plugs. More likely it's worn and it's all good. If it's too much of a problem and it costs too much, the used car manager will just send it to auction. Okay, what else? Um, I try to think of things what I've experienced working on cars and Toyota, so you guys could know and try to try to you know solve it. Hopefully. Okay, I got one. There was this. Let's say I forget what kind of car. It was a let's say Toyota Camry. Came in for noise and events every time it's turning. So I take the car out, you know, and this is actually sometimes in Toyota they'll give me some customer cars to diagnose because I've been working on. First, I worked on just Toyotas, okay, and then they actually tell me to hey, we have this customer that has a problem um, with the car, and they're saying that every time they turn, there's a noise in events. So every time I confirmed it, drive, turn right, I could hear noise and events. Turn left, noise and events. It's like a rumbling sound, like something is rolling in there. So I drove it for like 3 hours, like trying to find out, like going back and forth from the dealership, and I was like, man, it's not coming from the dash. I don't think it's coming from the dash. Come to find out, the noise was coming from the bottom of the driver's seat because there's vents there to to for the passengers in the back to get some air. Anyway, I took out the driver's seat and I looked in the vent. Guess what's in there? Guess what's in there? M&Ms. M&Ms. And you know what? Took me 3 hours and I get paid only for 1 hour. Freaking that sucks, man. See? I mean, the faster you diagnose that problem, man, yeah, that's how you make money in working on cars. But yeah, that's what happened. I took out and it's the M&Ms as peanut M&Ms. There was like maybe 10 or 12 in there. So I took out the vent and emptied it. But it echoed. What happened? It echoed. The, the vent on the bottom echoes the noise all the way to the dash. So that's why the customer was saying it's coming. The noise is coming from the dash. So if you guys hear any noise in the dash, might be some M&Ms that some maybe the back passenger ate and then just dropped it and then it went inside the vent. That freaking that gave me a headache, man. I was getting pissed off already. So solve that. Okay, go back to the comments. I love peanut M&Ms. JC. Did the customer have kids? More likely, because there's a lot of stuff in the back. Man, when the customers trade in their cars, oh man, this is some crazy shit I see in there. Check this out. In the back of the trunk, you know, I just look inside to see if it has the in the trunk to have its the jack and the, its own tools and um the tire, the spare tire. Anyway, I was like, man, how come there's a lot of pills here? Looking at it like bags. I didn't know what it is. So I read it. It's like tiny. I read it. It said Cialis. And I didn't know what Cialis. Okay? Cialis is like, never mind. Just leave it there because, you know, they're going to clean it up, throw everything out. We don't do that, you know. Uh, and I mean, a couple of years later, I find out that Cialis is uh, for erection. Is that right? Look it up, guys. I don't know. I think it was. I should have just taken that, right, and save some and sell the other stuff, right? But there's like bags, crazy stuff like that. I find, yeah, that's what it is. JC, erectile dysfunction, and there's bags of that. I was like, what the hell is this? Isn't that crazy? What else? I found a gun. Maybe a 38, and I guess the customer forgot about it, and I just turned it into my service director. Just turned it in, and I think they just called him up and to get the gun. That's about it. What else did I find? Plenty. There's some that I found. Like I never found any drugs, like like illicit drugs. I don't think so. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. Saw some just a lot of m- like money. There's some money I found. Coins. Anyway, I'm losing track. Diagnosis again. Okay, let's go to Let's see what you guys writing. No echo. Good. Okay, let's talk about noise again. I wrote it down. Noise. Customer came in and they're like saying, "Oh, there's a noise in a trunk." Every time I turn left and right, I hear a noise. Okay, and every time I go on a speed bump, I hear a noise. So I'm like, man, did this customer even go and check in the rear trunk? I'm gonna charge this guy 1 hour. I think that time we're charging 1 hour diagnosis for $150. Anyway, I went in the back. Come to find out, there's a water bottle. Okay, water bottle just right there. And then I look at the spare tire and the jack. It wasn't tightened down. I was like, this guy, freaking lazy. Don't even want to go in the trunk and check what the hell it is. I told the service advisor, charge this guy right there. It took me like 5 seconds. Charge that guy. He was asking the customers like, can't you just let this slide? Hell no. Again, it took my time to even find out what it is, right? So I should get paid for that. What the hell? Okay, let's go back to the comments. Neo Car Detailing, Brazil. Welcome. I am John. Filipino flags, thumbs up, fire. Welcome. Salamat. Um, Maridora Abu Zabir. No, I have to start now and then in jam or slow move. Please help. Hmm, I don't understand that. Okay, let's go. Let's go back again. Um, okay, when I started to work for myself, I just told my friends and family that, hey, I'm working out of my garage, and they started to come, and I just did regular like maintenance. Sometimes I'll diagnose, for example, this one. I don't know if I put out a video. I think I did. The mass airflow sensor on a GS 300. It was like I think it was misfiring or lagging. I think, and I just changed the mass airflow sensor, and that was the problem. I tested it. I think I did a video on that. I have to find out. Yeah, I have to find out. All right, 28 people in 27 now. Shucks, I lost one person. Thank you for joining me, guys. I'm just sorry for the mic problems. It's already 10:42. I will talk to maybe 11:15 because it took me like 15 minutes trying to find out the problem. Word of mouth is best for advertisement. Yeah, I can't find good help these days. That's right, buddy. DJM93 represent. All right, guys. What do you guys? What else? What else need to talk about? About symptoms. You want to talk about the symptoms on the car? If it, I had one customer. He said it was on a Nissan. What is it? Nissan's. I was gonna say Sequoia. Nissan Titan. He said he was driving on a freeway and it just died out. Come to find out, it was the camshaft sensor. So you guys have a problem like that, and the code was on a camshaft. So that's so obvious, right? So here's the steps that I do. If there's a problem, you gotta slap on the scan tool. Like in Toyota, they always say, "Hey, slap on the tech stream, the scan tool. Slap on a scan tool." And if it's not Toyota, well, I'll just use my generic scan tool. After that, I find out what the the diagnostic trouble code, what it is. After that, go to let's say all data, go on that and see if there's any recalls. If there's any recalls, okay, follow procedure, replace it or whatever. If nothing, then I guess go through the procedure from step one until you solve it. That's how I did it. I mean, you have to have um, a repair manual. I mean, if you work blindly, that's kind of hard. All right, DGM 93. Can I get a sticker, bro? Yeah, yeah, you can get a sticker. Just email me. All right, just email me. Uh, Roger Yanis, can a bad charcoal canister cause a car to run lean? This would be for a Camry. Um, you got to tell me the code, Roger Yanis. It yeah, I think it can. Yeah, I think if you see my well, it was a Toyota Tacoma. Look it up. I I actually sealed it up. I didn't replace the charcoal canister. There was you have to find out if there's a leak because what it does. You got a hose that goes to the intake. So whatever unburned fuel, like the vapors, that's what the charcoal canister is for. The vapors, the gas vapors, goes back into the engine, and then it burns it, and then goes out the tailpipe. You understand? You guys got to go through Google, man. There's a lot of stuff you learn in Google too. You just, sometimes I can't even figure it out. Just go to Google and Google search and just keep on reading and see what it is. Because a lot of people put out their experiences and how they repair their own cars. Roger Yanis, you're welcome. I will definitely check out the video, brother. Thanks. It's a old Tacoma, maybe in '97. I think I did, or is it a Forerunner? And I forgot. I got so much videos, but I actually sealed it up where it two parts connect, or it had a crack. See, I forget. Sorry. P0420. Okay, Cummins Chevy 2001 Camry P0420. Okay. With that code, Cummins Chevy, more likely, see, it's 2001. More likely the catalytic converter is worn. Okay. If you don't want to change the catalytic converter, then maybe change the O2 sensor. But from my experience, I've changed a lot of catalytic converters with that code because it's just old already. But the sensor is already worn too. So to really find out, you need a scan tool, and then you need a. I don't know if you've seen a video of me using the temperature sensor. What do you call it? See, I'm forgetting already. To test the heat of the catalytic converter. If it's not like 800, or if it's past that, then that's bad. Maybe 1,000 or 1,200, I think. If it's at 200 or even 400, I think it's bad. All right, let's go to Faisal 4554. What is the best pickup car? What do you mean pickup car? Get in more detail on that. George Rosakis. Hello, Angel. I hope you are strong. When will we see those wonderful videos again, which only you know how to make? Hi, George. Yeah, I'm editing a video right now. So maybe give me max another week. I don't know, man. I got other stuff to do, right? Hopefully, cross your fingers. Oh wow, Cummins Chevy just hit 300K on your Toyota Camry. Yeah, more likely you gotta if you haven't changed that catalytic converter, I suggest to change it. I mean, if it has only that code, more likely the catalytic converter is bad or worn already. Yeah. Cummins Chevy, yeah, seen it. Awesome, brother. But you know, with that many miles and with the age of that car, you're gonna be replacing more sensors on that. All right, just to let you know, because some code can come up right after that. Also, to reset the light, a lot of people don't notice. You just need to take off the negative cable for negative battery cable for 2 minutes, and that's it. I've heard people charging for just to reset the check engine light. I'm like, man, that's that sucks. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I think, yeah, it's your time, but you know, take some people take advantage, or some mechanics or techs. I don't do that. It's just me. I mean, I guess if they need the money, but it's just resetting. Friends of friends, and they know I could fix a car or not. That's the best thing, right? Instance, I didn't fix a car. I think there's once that said, "Hey, that part was like $100." I forget what was it. It was maybe the condenser. No, AC condenser. There's a sensor there, maybe a pressure sensor, and it was $100. And I was like, I told my friend's friend, like, "Hey, I didn't fix this car, and that part, don't worry about it. I mean, you have to take it because I don't have like a. I'm not really good in AC, really. That's the truth. Okay, guys, that's the truth. Okay, 35 people watching. Thank you guys for joining in. This is Angel. Try to do this. I don't know. You could say every Sunday. Every Sunday, talking about cars from my experience. Rice. I don't know. I'll just say VRYFSTSS86 with bad oxygen sensors cause a misfire on a Audi A7 Metro. Oh man, man, that's a luxury car, buddy. Have you the best thing to do? I think if like that luxury car and you can't find out what the problem is, then it's the best thing to do is take it there to Audi. Really, this is from my experience, man. I can't. Audi is a luxury car, man, and you don't want to be throwing parts on it just to fix it. So what I tell my customers is, or friends and family, bring it to the dealership. The Bring it and ask them to diagnose it. Really, you gotta cough up that money. You have an Audi, cough it up, see what's the problem. If and it costs too much for them to fix, at least you find out what the problem is, and then have a friend that's a mechanic to replace those parts. But I'm telling you this: sometimes, uh, you know, the scan tool, right? They have their own scan tool, and sometimes when you replace the part, like on an Audi, they need to reprogram it or reprogram whatever. Okay. And that costs money again. So if you were to have someone to replace the parts and they don't have a good scan tool to reprogram it, then you're shit out of luck, really. Okay. I replaced two sensors. Yeah. Okay. Before that cat remove the rear sensors clean and replace car, then hood, check engine light on and off. Now, yeah, see, it's Audi A7 Quattro. Yeah, man. Sorry, I can't help you with that. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, DJM93. Yeah, just hit me up on Instagram. Faisal4554. Do you have a Snapchat account? No, I don't. Misfire on bank one, all cylinders. Could be a fuel problem on the Audi A7 Quattro. Um, yeah, it could be that, man. I mean, see, that's the thing with diagnosing a car. I have to know everything on the car, like what you did, everything, even who, what else parts you replace. Because it could be, what causes misfire could be bad spark plugs. It could be there's a um, vacuum leak. Um, the yeah, vacuum hoses could be cracked. There for the intake manifold, there could be an air leak there. Where the gasket's at, could be misfire code also at the exhaust side. There could be and the gasket is bad, an air leak. AZ for me, it depends on customer and friends to charge them. Just resetting the check engine light. I've spent thousands of professional scan tools. That's true. Yeah, depends on you if you want to, you know. But I'm telling you guys to reset whoever's like a noob or just want to reset the check engine light. Just remove the battery cable for like 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. Put it back on. It resets it. Oh, Miss Mary TV. Hi, Angel. It's Mary. It's me, Mary. Here showing my support. Oh, hi, Mary. I'll get back to you on the parts list, okay? On that leaking water pump. Thank you. Assad, what's up, man? You fixed the mic? Yeah, I fixed the mic. You know why? The volume was all the way low. Stupid like that. I could fix cars, but I can't fix the mic. Funny. Also, what else? DGM 93 or compression problem on the audio. Like, yeah, that's right. Piston rings. And if you have a high mileage car, yeah, that could be a problem. You had a pressure compressor, compressor pressure test it. The compression test that and see what happens. You guys know being a mechanic or a tech at a dealership. You guys have to. We have to have a lot of test equipment. Almost like a doctor, but doctors don't pay for their equipment. They have it there. So it's kind of, you know, we're independent. That's why it's like working on a commission. When you're working at a dealership, it's like commission. Brakes 2 hours. Okay, tires 2 hours. Let's say timing belt on what year? Let's say 1999 Toyota 2.4 liter, the 4 cylinder that pays maybe 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. And then there's additional stuff you could add on, like the seals. You're supposed to replace the seals, but sometimes they don't. The customer doesn't want to pay more. Okay. Assad, quick question. My Acura TL 2010 was making a squeak sound, so I replaced the serpentine belt. Now it's making knocking sound on cold start sometimes, but it wasn't there before. Knocking. Huh. Your place. Okay, so that's a separate problem right there, Assad. So yes, separate problem. Serpentine belt. If you replace that, because serpentine belts they actually when they wear they stretch out and they crack, right? So on the knock, you have to have a stethoscope and listen around. Listen around. So knocking could be Well, check the you need a stethoscope and check the valve cover. Test it if the sound's coming from there, just all around the engine. That's what I would do. The knocking. Assad, you have to have a stethoscope to find out. Okay, David Abella. Hello, sir. Greetings from Colombia, South America. Hello. Okay, guys. We got 20 more minutes. If you guys want to ask more questions, we'll be talking about. Hey, there's a car show today, guys, at Speedway, Las Vegas Speedway, IFO Import Face Off. Maybe I'm gonna go after lunch, so maybe 1 p.m. Check it out. Maybe do a live video there. We'll see if the connection is good. I think I need to bring my MiFi. Okay, what else do I on diagnosis on cars? If there's a no start, okay, guys, if there's a no start on a car, like you just turn the key, no start, you just need to. What I do first is um, check the battery, no start, and how to check the battery? Well, you have to have a battery tester, or you need a digital volt ohm meter. Test it out, see if it got voltage. Okay, see if they got voltage at what over 12.5, right? Test it out. There's no if it's lower than that, okay, then try to jump start it. Some people will turn on the light and then they say, "Oh yeah, the battery's good." Nah, you need cold cranking amps. Okay, for like say 4 cylinder, you need let's say 550 cold cranking amps. You need those cranking amps to turn the starter. To start the starter to turn the engine so it can start. Make sense? Okay. Yusuf Abu Haibi. Sorry if I said that wrong. He said no hi to your fans from Lebanon. Just say hi, buddy, man. You don't have to say no hi. No. I have to like talk and then read the comments. If I miss you, I miss you. Hey, sorry about that. What else? DGM 93. You going to SEMA this year? Hopefully, because I was in Guam for my dad, so I missed. Me and my brother missed SEMA first time in like 10 years, I think. And it's okay. SEMA will always be there. My dad. He just. I don't know if you guys know from my last live video that I was just mentioning why I wasn't here because he passed away in Guam, and before that I was there and spent some time just taking care of him with my siblings and my mom. Okay, what else? Let's talk about um diagnosing again. When you turn the key and it just cranks over, just keep on cranking like like a freaking billy goat. Okay, what you do is get some carb cleaner, take off the intake tubing, spray it, spray inside the throttle body. If you can't open the flap because it's electronically driven, you just spray it just right there, maybe like 5 seconds, and then you go inside the car, turn it, and if it starts or if it stumbles, you got a fuel problem. So if you have a fuel problem, check the gauge, and if the gauge shows 1/4, assume it's empty. Okay, then put more gas because I've seen gauges show 1/4 and I put gas, it starts up. Okay, you got a fuel sending unit problem, and you might have to change that in the tank. But to know for sure, you have to take it out, right? Take out the fuel sending unit and put a new one. But do that. Sometimes what I'll do is like if it shows 1/4, I'll hit the bottom of the gas tank to hear if it any echoes. If there's a lot of echo and it's more likely empty. If there's a dull sound, then they got gas. I still put gas. All right. I don't know if you saw that video I made on Land Rover on a fuel pump replacement. I think I put gas first just to see what happens, just to make sure it doesn't hurt just to put more gas in there because it's gonna get used up, guys. When the car, you get the car running, okay. And then if it's okay, where was I? And if it still doesn't start, okay, then you have an electrical problem. The spark plugs is not working or sparking. And there, you might as well slap on a scan tool and look at the codes. Find out. I found out that what the problem is with just the engine keep on turning over. I ask, have you ever changed your timing belt? And they say no, and it's already over 100,000 miles. So I have to check if the timing belt snapped. A lot of people don't understand on like Hondas when at idle and the timing belt snaps, the valves won't. I've experienced already three cars, three Hondas like Accords and Civics. It didn't hit the valves, you know, and all three I changed it. They're good. But if you're like running, if you're driving in a freeway and it snaps and you hear like a bang, yeah, okay, it's jacked up. But all the three cars that I did, they were sitting idle at a traffic stop, and they said, "Oh, it just died out." So I'm like, okay, let me check the timing belt. Pretty sure it is. And when I replace it, I don't know if you've seen that video when I did a timing belt. I think it's the only timing belt. No, I did a Xterra. Anyway, I went to my friend's house, replaced it, and I already knew what it was, and it was working. A lot of people's like, "Oh, the valves didn't hit." That valves will hit if the engine's running really fast, okay, and that's when it'll hit. But when it's idle, from my experience, the valves didn't hit the piston. What would cause a car to die while driving? Happens about twice a week. Hi, Chili Willy. I like that. Chili, in Guam, if you say chili, they're gonna laugh because chili means ding dong, the dingaling, the sausage fest. So if I know, you gotta check the code. What year is it? What year's the car? What year and make? I have to know. Have you uh, put on a scan tool and see what the code is? If it dies out, it could be a fuel problem. Okay, it could be a fuel problem or an electrical problem. Like for example, could be a camshaft sensor, crankshaft sensor. Um, yeah, it could be a fuel problem. Also, from my experience, most followers from where? I don't know. Got followers all over the world. Thankful. Thank you guys for joining again. God bless. God bless that you guys are here and I'm here in good health. But sometimes I get the diverticulitis, That's what I found out. I had to come back from Guam to Vegas. So I'm just watching what I'm eating. Ricardo Gomez, Toyota 3.4 liter, did valve cover gasket around 5,000 months ago, and now bolts are loose. Retighten bolts, torque to spec, and loose again. Installed new washers. Should I use blue Loctite on bolts? Thanks. It came loose, man. So maybe you need to use new head bolts because the head bolts actually stretches in time. They actually stretch. Once you tighten it down, it stretched. Right. New washers, man. Honestly, I think you need new bolts. If you use Loctite, you can, but the heat in there, it's just gonna. I don't think it's good from from what I know, from what I learned. In Toyota, we always use new most of the time, unless the customer is. We actually went. We'll warn them like, hey, if you don't do this, then it's gonna come back. You don't. You don't. They don't. It's up to them. That's their car. They want to spend more money. Jose Ortiz, do you have to replace the transmission filter or can I just leave it there? Okay, on my 250,000 miles, my Camry is 90 04. I never replaced the transmission filter. I only did transmission flush and I did that 4 or 5 times already. So, you know, I changed one on a Corolla, okay? And there's like little specks of metal in there, very little. So it's up to you. I mean, they always have to at the dealership. They always have to suggest it, advise. But the most important on the transmission fluid, use the correct one. Don't use no aftermarket. From my experience, guys. Okay, don't like Dex 3 on my car. That's what I use. I even use the one from Walmart. Okay, but that's Dex 3. I mean, sorry. For example, the newer cars. Okay, my one's an older car. Sorry, newer cars use the correct one and use the Toyota kind. Kifala Genera Sensor Math. I don't know. I don't understand that. Adrian Gutierrez. Ricardo Gomez. Okay, thanks for your help. Jose Ortiz. Yes, I have the same. Right? At work, random channel surfing. Awesome. Valiant Thor. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. We're just talking about diagnosis and symptoms when your car, what happens when you have symptoms on your car. And because I was a used car tech and I used to fix used cars that are traded in or bought, auction cars that have been bought in a dealership. I mean, from an auction place. au- And I test and replace parts, diagnose it. Watching from Los Alamos National Laboratory, Isotope Production Facility. Awesome, man. Valiant Thor. Valiant Thor, theoretical physicist, enjoying your channel. Dang, man. You got a real cool job at that, huh? Really? I'm not being sarcastic, really. Physicist. I use Valvoline Trans Fluid on Toyota cars. Yeah, I think Toyota is good with. I think we use Valvoline engine oil at Toyota too. That's what we use. But for my cars, oh Valvoline Trans, sorry. Engine oil, we use Valvoline engine oil, but for changing oil. But for trans, we use the Toyota kind. I know it's expensive, but that's what we do. We actually, for customers that can't afford it, then the second best is man, I forget what it was. Trying to remember. It's been freaking already 12, no, 10 years. I quit Toyota 2012. Yeah, 11 years. How often do you recommend changing your transmission fluid? Roger Yanis. Um, for my older car, I, you know, every 30,000.